Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Tech TV. I'm Caleb Eubanks.
And I'm Richie Logan.
And coming up, a terrifying accident in California, a policeman being a betrayer, and breaking news for tech. All coming up right after this. Welcome back. Earlier today, it was said 5 students have been stabbed at the University of California, Merced. But according to the school Twitter, not all 5 victims were students. 2 of the people that were stabbed were transported for treatment by a helicopter, the school tweeted. While the others 3 were treated on campus, the suspect was shot and killed by the police. The campus has been closed and classes have been canceled. A press conference is going on live right now.
Fox Lake, Illinois Police Lieutenant Joe Glinovich was hailed as a hero, but is now being labeled as a betrayer. It looked to be a killing of an officer, but is now being considered a carefully staged suicide. George Flinko, Lake County Major Crimes Task Force Commander, Glinovich was under stress for scrutiny as a result of extensive criminal acts he committed, such as stealing, laundering money from the police department program that mentored young people hoping to become law officers. Glinovich had experience creating mock crime scenes, which helped him stage the crime as homicides when it actually was a suicide.
An 18-year-old woman died after her car overturned Tuesday morning on Interstate 40 in Polk County, state police said. Lauren Papasan of Lone Oak was driving a 2001 Volkswagen Beetle that overturned on the highway just before 9 a.m. According to an Arkansas State Police officer, a state police accident report said Papasan was driving west on I-40 near mile marker 82 when she drove onto the left shoulder, overcorrected and flipped the car. The report said Papasan was taken to Baptist Hospital in Little Rock and later died. The weather was reportedly cloudy and road conditions were said to be wet at the time of the crash. It was the 433rd fatal crash on Arkansas roads in 2015 and one of 4 fatal crashes reported by state police on Tuesday. Coming up after the break, we will give you information of events happening at Tech in the next few weeks. And also, a little town in Arkansas is getting some attention, so stay tuned.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back. The Department of Diversity and Inclusion is holding events the rest of the week, and our very own Yushia Tao has the story.
There are many events that is going on Arkansas Tech University in the month of November, and one of the very first events that is going on is a Diversity and Inclusion Week. Many students on Arkansas Tech University still have no knowledge of the meaning of the Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Diversity is different. It's different, it's uniqueness. So your background, your race, your ethnicity, your gender preference, your preferences, your religion, what have you. So whatever those are, all of those together equals diversity here at Arkansas Tech.
The Department of Diversity and Inclusion has set many events for the students and hope that students around campus can be helped to understand other diversity groups.
Diversity and Inclusion Week helps students on campus by doing a lot of things. We're advocates for the student groups that we represent, but we are also here to help students get to know the resources that they have on campus, ideas they want to bring to Tech's campus and see. So there's a million and one ways that diversity and inclusion can help students on campus.
Since the formation of the Department of Diversity and Inclusion, they are planning on scheduling more events on campus.
So our goal is to have it each year, 1 week each year, and it will be during the fall semester. Now don't forget, the Diversity and Inclusion Office also has celebration and events all year. And so once a year, I think it's going to do us a good service.
Diversity and Inclusion Week will start on November 2nd, beginning with the Day of the Dead event, and will last until November 8th, ending the week with a gospel concert. From Tech TV, I'm Yusha Tao.
A small town here in Arkansas is getting some recognition for publicity, displaying their religious beliefs. Our very own Bill Harshaw has the story.
The small, tight-knit town of Pottsville, Arkansas is displaying its character in a new way. Mayor Jerry Williams has authorized a Bible verse to be displayed on several of its police cruisers.
They submitted about 3 to me, and out of those 3, either one of them I would have picked, and so they liked that verse the best, and I said, yes, go ahead and use it.
The verse is Matthew 5:9, which states, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God."
And I think it was a very good idea that what they did, putting it on there in the verse that they picked, because it doesn't, relate to anything that's, I think, controversial. It just makes a statement of how they believe and how they do their job.
Pottsville Police Chief Blake Herron says the scripture is a reflection of the Pottsville Police Department's role in the community as peacemakers.
We approach this as though this is a part of our job, is to be a peacemaker. To help and get two sides to at least find some common ground to be able to work things out. And if we can do that and honor our faith as law enforcement officers, then that's what we want to do.
Public feedback to the department has been positive. Herron says he receives feedback daily.
One of my officers was at the school this last Friday night, and as he was walking through the halls and visiting with everybody, he said it was unreal, the amount of support and the thanks that he was given.
The city of Pottsville doesn't expect any challenges to its decision to display the Bible verse. With Tech TV, I'm Bill Harshaw.
San Diego police rushed to 2445 Brent Street in Bakersfield, San Diego, California, after 9 o'clock today for a domestic violence call. When they arrived at the scene, the police were immediately under fire, officials said. The San Diego police had to call a SWAT team to the location. According to Lieutenant Scott Webb, the suspect is contained in a 1-bedroom apartment. As of right now, there are no injuries.
I'm standing outside the Energy Center right now, taking a look up at your sky. It's pretty gray and gloomy, but we do have some sun trying to peep through back there. So we also have some storms rolling in tonight and into tomorrow. They're going to be pretty severe. So when we come back, we'll take a look at your sports and your 7-day forecast.
Knew Tech would help me become a leader.
But I didn't know Tech would lead me to graduate school.
I knew I wanted to explore one of the state's best engineering programs, but I didn't know I'd be interning at NASA.
I knew I would support the Wonder Boys.
But I didn't know my professor would be my biggest cheerleader.
I knew I wanted to go to school in state, but I didn't know I'd be researching the state's economy.
It's easy to see why more than 11,000 students choose Tech. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Welcome back to Tech TV. I'm Callie Allen. The Royals once again pulled out their late inning magic, scoring twice in the 9th inning to tie the game and then exploding for 5 runs in the 12th to secure their first World Series title since 1985. Matt Harvey may have pitched one of the best games of his career, but it wasn't enough to take down Kansas City. The Dark Knight allowed 4 hits over 8 innings, struck out 9, and was in line for the win. But by the 12th, the Royals had a daring dash from Eric Hosmer, a 3-run double by Lorenzo Cain, and a couple of crucial stolen bases, allowing the Kansas City Royals to win the World Series 4-1. Sometimes you just need a little teamwork, and that's when the magic starts to happen. That's the case for our Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, who rung in their 7th victory of the year after defeating Northwestern Oklahoma 53-21 this past Saturday. The Wonder Boys were led by senior quarterback Arsenio Favor, completing 11 of his 16 passing attempts for 153 yards with 4 touchdown passes. Also, running backs Braden Stringer and Brian Allen both rushed for over 100 yards each. The defensive line was led by freshman Kua Rose with 9 tackles and junior Trayvon Gooden with 7 tackles. The Wonder Boys also hit another high note yesterday with the release of the Super Region 3 poll by the NCAA, as Tech checked in at number 9. The Wonder Boys are back on Burkle Field this Saturday to take on Southwestern Oklahoma. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The game can be heard on 102.3 KCJC. You can also view live video and stats on the Arkansas Tech Athletics page. Admission is free with a valid Tech ID. The story of arguably the greatest horse to ever live has come to a close. I'm talking about American Pharoah, who retired on Monday to become a stud horse. American Pharoah retired after becoming the first racehorse ever to win the Horse Racing Grand Slam, which includes the Kentucky Derby, Preakness Stakes, Belmont Stakes, and the Breeders' Cup. American Pharoah will go into his stud career with a record of 9 wins from 11 starts, losing his first race and his second to last appearance, but dominated the others. Throughout his racing career, American Pharoah has earned over $8.5 million. Happy retirement to American Pharoah from All at Tech TV. That's all the Tech Sports Beat we have for you. Coming up next here on Tech TV, there's a chance of severe weather in the River Valley. Caitlin Gardenhire will have a look at your River Valley forecast. Stay tuned.
I knew Tech would help me become a leader.
But I didn't know Tech would lead me to graduate school.
I knew I wanted to explore one of the state's best engineering programs, but I didn't know I'd be interning at NASA.
I knew I would support the Wonder Boys.
But I didn't know my professor would be my biggest cheerleader.
I knew I wanted to go to school in state, but I didn't know I'd be researching the state's economy.
It's easy to see why more than 11,000 students choose Tech. Come take a tour of campus and discover what else you don't know about Tech.
Welcome back. I'm Caitlin Gardenhire with your area weather. Let's take a look at the temperatures around the state. They're remaining fairly cool. We have 68 in Mountain Home. We have 70 in Searcy, Camden 75. Russellville, we have a cool 71. It's not quite hot chocolate weather yet, though. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. We have some severe thunderstorms rolling into tomorrow. We have a 50% chance and a high of 77. Those are going to taper off into the weekend. And then as you see, Monday we have a high of 65. And then rain returns into our forecast for Tuesday with a 30% chance of rain, high of 68 and a low of 58. But that's all the tech news, weather, and sports that we have for you today. With Tech TV, I'm Caitlin Gardenhire.